How to choose the specs of the new MacBook Pro. Here we go.
Number 1. Should you choose the 14-inch or the 16-inch? Well, one good thing to know is that this year, whether you choose the 14 or the 16-inch, both offer you to have the same configuration except the screen size. 14-inch is more convenient. 16-inch is more suitable for larger, longer tasks, such as editing, because its screen is bigger, and also its thermals are working better. 2. What if you're hesitating between choosing the MacBook Pro M1 13-inch, 8/16, 8GB RAM, 512GB SSD, or the MacBook Pro M1 Pro 14-inch, 8/14, 16GB RAM, 512GB SSD. Even if it's a little bit more expensive, I do recommend the 14-inch one, because it has more ports, better screen, and also slightly better performance. The spec of this 14-inch is totally sufficient for daily tasks, lightweight photo and video editing. 3. What if you are choosing between 16GB RAM and 32GB RAM? In this case, I would recommend 32GB RAM for those who really need it. A lot of YouTubers say that when you edit 4K videos, the 16GB RAM is totally enough, because the M1 RAM, in comparison to an Intel one, is kind of, simply put, double the performance. But we do need to consider that the M1 is kind of built in a way that the CPU and the graphics card both share the same memory. So in this case, especially after more years come and there will be more requirements on the RAM, I actually do recommend to choose a 32GB RAM, so you can use it for longer. 4. What if you're choosing between the M1 Pro and the M1 Max? For a lot of people, the M1 Pro is actually already suitable, because in comparison to M1, it will be performance-wise stronger. Only if you're using really heavy tasks such as 3D rendering and daily video outputs of 8K, 4K projects, this is the reason to go for M1 Max. For SSD or internal capacity, it's very easy in my opinion. You should definitely go for 2TB. 1TB should be enough for now, but honestly speaking, a lot of the new softwares are getting bigger and bigger, especially also dealing with cache files. For example, when you video edit, there's a lot of cache building up. It can reach to 600GB. So in this case, I definitely recommend 2TB, so you can use it for longer. The internal SSD one should primarily only be used for hosting the applications and also those cache files. Attaching an external SSD or hard drive is way more suitable for video editing. So in conclusion, how should we config? If you're using this daily for just simple office tasks, definitely go for 14-inch M1 Pro, 10, 16, 16GB RAM, 1TB SSD. This one should be totally enough. If you're doing some video editing but your budget is kind of a little bit restricted, then go for a 16-inch M1 Pro, 10, 16, 16, 16GB RAM, 1TB SSD. If you do have budget and want to concentrate a lot on video post-production work, then go for 16-inch M1 Max, 10, 32GB RAM, 2TB SSD.